So you will input these equations. X plus 0.4 squared over 1.25 plus y minus 0 squared is equal to 2. Negative 1.5 is lesser than or equal to x. And x is lesser than or equal to 0.4. Y is lesser than or equal to 0. Next, x plus 0.4 squared plus y plus 0.1 squared over 1.1 is equal to 2. Negative 1.5 is greater than or equal to x. Zero point 0.3 is greater than or equal to y. Next, x minus 0.2 squared over 1.75 plus y plus 0.24 squared is equal to 1. Zero point 38 is lesser than or equal to x. Y is lesser than or equal to 0. X plus 1 squared over 0.5 plus y minus 1.1 squared over 1.5 is equal to 1. Zero point 0.7 is lesser than or equal to y. X is lesser than or equal to negative 1. Y is equal to 20 times x plus 1.84 squared plus 0.2. 0.7 is greater than or equal to y. And y is greater than or equal to 0.3. X is greater than or equal to negative 1.8. Y is equal to negative times x plus 0.28 squared plus 2.5. Negative 0.4 is lesser than or equal to x. And x is lesser than or equal to 0.9. Y is equal to negative 1.08 times x minus 0.3 squared plus 1.5. 0 is lesser than or equal to y, and x is greater than or equal to 0.9.
1.3 times x plus 0.89 plus 2.5. Negative 1 is is lesser than or equal to x and lesser than or equal to negative 0.7. 8 times x plus 0.6 squared plus 2.65. Negative 0.7 lesser than or equal to x lesser than or equal to negative 0.5. Negative 0.5 lesser than or equal to x lesser than or equal to negative 0.42. Negative times x plus 0.7 squared minus 1.68. Negative 0.9 lesser than or equal to x lesser than or equal to negative 0.56. 3 times x plus 0.7 minus 1.68. Negative 0.7 lesser than or equal to x lesser than or equal to negative 0.61. Negative 0.8 times x minus 0.8 squared minus 1.5. 0.25 lesser than or equal to x lesser than or equal to 0.8. Y is equal to 10 times x minus 0.65 squared minus 2.2 negative 2 negative 2 lesser than or equal to y lesser than or equal to negative 1.25. X is lesser than or equal to 0.65. X minus 0.8 squared minus 1.76. 0.4 lesser than or equal to x lesser than or equal to 0.8. X plus 1.2 squared plus y minus 1.5 squared is lesser than or equal to 0.01. X plus 0.15 squared plus y minus 1.6 squared is lesser than or equal to 0.1.
Next is negative 2 times x plus 0.56 squared plus 1.5 and negative 0.93 is lesser than or equal to x and lesser than or equal to negative 0.4. Next is 0.8 times x plus 0.85 squared plus 1.15 and negative 0.85 is lesser than x and lesser than negative 0.4. Next is 10 times x plus 0.85 squared plus 1.15 and negative 0.85 is greater than x and greater than negative 0.935. Next is x is equals to negative 0.4 and 1.31 is lesser than y and lesser than 1.44. Next is 4.5 times x plus 0.65 squared plus 1.0 and negative 0.84 is lesser than x and lesser than negative 0.4. Next is 2.8 times x minus 1.65 squared minus 0.2 and 1.51 is lesser than x and lesser than 2.2. Next is negative 0.5 times x plus 1.7 squared plus 0.9 and negative 1.7 is greater than x and greater than negative 2.8. And 1 times x plus 1.9 squared minus 0.5 and negative 2.8 is lesser than x and lesser than or equal to negative 1.75. And for the last equation, we have y is equals to negative 0.2 times x minus 0.5 squared plus 1.2. And 0.9 is lesser than or equal to x, and lesser than or equal to 2.2. So here is the final result.